Hello once again everyone, and welcome back to another vlog. I'm kinda tired right now because I've technically not slept yet. I'll explain that in a little while. So it's been a pretty good week this week. A lot of things have happened which I'm going to talk about a little bit later, but first get to the heart of the matter of this week we've been obviously focusing on the game because that's in this Tuesday. So I've been in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, helping work on that by testing, fixing some of my models and doing some texture stuff and making a couple models Friday, just to help just fill it out, and then I was populating as well a bit of a couple of levels, like reworking the gym and doing some classroom work and the outside's like adding sandwich boxes and whatever else to just make it seem like it's inhabited rather than not so much. But yeah, it's getting there. When we left on Friday I knew most of it was completed. I think Monday I'll probably be going over some stuff, like because I know two collectibles aren't in there at the moment that are meant to be in the last level, which was still being worked on by one of my juniors who was taking a really long time to do it, but I think he finished the majority of it and he just needs some tweaking and adding some meshes and setting up the punch bags and such, which our tech guy's gonna handle I think this weekend, or might have already done it, I don't know. But yeah, yeah, it's looking good anyway. We've got the majority of the puzzles sort of fixed now. I mean, the balance beams were the problem in beta, and they're mostly fixed now, I believe. Like, I've been testing them, they work a lot better anyway, which is good. And then the Karma puzzles as well been fixed, so I mean, it was working fine, kind of, but there were some issues with it, and now it's working perfectly. Hopefully we just get the UI sorted out for it, so people know the control schemes and stuff, because I mean, even though I know it off by heart now, and I hate testing the Karma puzzle because I've completed it like 50 times at this point. Not everyone who's gonna be new to the game will get it right away. I reckon it might take them a bit to solve it, because you have to put it in the exact position and stuff. But yeah, it's good. It works at least, and I don't know about the last area again. I've not tested that. I'll probably be testing that tomorrow, as well as doing any other shit and the making of document, which I've done, but it's just putting that together as well, which we've got to do tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much it on the work front, other than I have to sort out my FYP interview stuff. Like, I've got the time now, which is next Thursday. Just got to make a presentation for that, but that page probably take me about an hour to get something together for that. But yeah, like I said, I'm tired right now because I've been out to I went out to a Sumo Cyco concert last night. Again, if you watched my gameplay videos, you already knew that I was planning to go out yesterday. I know he went out last Sunday, so when I put up the vlog that morning, I think I might have mentioned it. I can't remember. I might have, probably did, you know what I mean? But yeah, I went out to a Sumo Cyco concert then, which was just amuse-balls. It was so awesome. It was a nice venue. It was the Retro Bar in Manchester. It was not too far from the train station, so probably about 5-minute walk-ish. I didn't have too much trouble finding it. I went up the wrong side of the street and then went back down and eventually found it. But yeah, it was a good venue, and they had above the apex. I remember that name now. I was having trouble when I talked about it on my gameplay video. I remember the name. They start off the night, and then Moose Patrol, and then Sumo Cyco came on. And there's two start bands, both the apex were pretty good. I mean, took me a bit to get into them, but when they played last night, I'm like, well, I've heard them play and I know they're awesome, kind of thing. The two other bands, there was Project Bluebird that started the night off. They played mostly covers. I don't think they had too many originals. And they were alright. I mean, the guitarist was pretty nice on the guitar, but mostly covers of a couple of songs that I knew, and I'm just like, I prefer the originals. Like Feeling Good by Muse, which obviously I think that's the cover by Muse as well. I think Feeling Good's done by another guy, but still, their Feeling Good was pretty good. Good by Muse, and then they covered that, and I think pretty sure they were friends, and then they did a Kasabian song as well with the Underdog, which was not bad. But yeah, and then with the Apex played second, which was just they were good. They definitely kicked it up a notch. Like they performed a little bit better than they did last week, I think, or at least I got more into it anyway. And they was the only band that night that hyped up Sumo Cyco, which is just like Project Bluebird didn't mention them, and then A Show for Crows, which was the third band, which again they were decent, not my particular style of. I don't know, like I've heard so much rock of that sort of the style they was doing. I'm like, I mean they can play it pretty well. Admittedly, they're pretty decent, but I'm probably not gonna go out and search for them because I just know so many bands that play this style of music, like Foo Fighters and whatever else. That is just kind of deal. Not exactly original. Well, it's hard to be original, kind of deal. But yeah, like the first concert at Retro Ball was just amazing with Sumo Cyco when they came out. There's just the crowd interaction was awesome. And meeting Severin, I got a couple pictures of them of me with her, and that's now my Facebook profile picture. And I got many pictures in a video, which I did. I was like, well, let's have a look at it. Depending on the quality, I might put it up. Why not? It's not bad. The video quality, the audio is shocking. It's thanks to my tractor cam, which has never really done really brilliant audio for video stuff. So yeah, it's like, and I was like, oh, if this audio is bad, I can try and tweak it in editing, but the video doesn't import into my editing software. So I'm like, stuff it. I've got it on my computer. I can watch it whenever I want, if I so choose. I just recorded my favourite song at the moment by them which is Go Go Go. It used to be Interceptor, but I like Go 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 a bit more now. And the Ugly's pretty good as well, which is their two latest singles. But yeah, it's really good to just see them. Just the way Sapphire performed on stage to that first night was just awesome, and talking to her afterwards. And I got a CD sample, which is right here, which is signed by Sava. It's got all the music that I've already got, like Lyrically Go Go Go, Interceptor, Limp and Mercy, but it's also got Cry Murder, We Ride, and System Victim, which I've not heard. So that's pretty good, and they're decent songs as well, so it makes me more pumped for Lost in Cyco City, which probably will have more of them on, and a few others, like I know they had, I think it was Gone Off they played, which is one song that I've not heard. What was the other one? There was What We Want. There's another song that I've not heard that they played, and I'm pretty sure there was a couple of others, like one of the Fighters, that was it. And again, not heard that one. And then they did a set where to let Sarah catch her breath, I think, because she was sick last night as well. Like she's caught a cold while she's been over here, so it was just sad. I mean, she still nailed it with her singing voice, but, like they did this at Right Bar as well. The guitarist, bassist and drummers just do a bit of instrumental for a few minutes, which is pretty awesome. Don't know whether that's his actual song title. It's just a sort of pause kind of deal to link between songs, maybe. I don't know. and just to show them off being awesome, which they are. The guitarist, MD13, the bassist for, and Wolf, the drummer, are pretty awesome at doing their shit, and Seth was just awesome at singing as well. But yeah, I said the one last night was really good, and it's in this really interesting venue called Satan's Hollow. Right, it was just made like a Satan pit, and it's pretty awesome. And it was a round stage which they played on. So it's a little different, but yeah, I rocked out equally as hard that night. And because trains are stupid both nights, the first one, because it was on a Sunday night, because I guess trains start earlier on Monday morning at a 6 o'clock train back, which is 6 a.m. And I managed to get back here for about 7, so I managed to catch a few, like 3 hours of sleep that Monday, because it was bank holiday Monday, so it was net enough, but I was alright. But today, obviously being Sunday today, the earliest train was 8, which I caught, which meant I came back for about 9ish, 20 to 10, which basically to me is just like, nope, I'm not going to bed at this time. I'm just gonna bomb it out. But I mean, I tried to sleep in this train station last night, which I didn't do on when I was last week. I'm just like, well, it's only till 6 o'clock. It's a couple hours I can just wander around and keep myself up by reading my book and stuff, which I did. Managed to do pretty successfully until I got home, and then like I said, I caught a bit of sleep. But this time around, I'm just like, well, depends on how busy it is. I might try and catch some sleep. I tried my hard, like just laid out, but the seats are just not that comfortable. I mean, I slept lightly. I just closed my eyes and rested, but I didn't go into deep sleep, which is where you actually rest. Deep sleep is the one where you become more refreshed once you wake up out of it, and I'm sure a doctor will know, or whatever, so people who study that shit know you enter deep sleep and light sleep like a wave thing throughout the night kind of deal, and you're fully rested by doing that kind of deal. But obviously didn't manage to do that last night. I definitely benefited from doing that, because I didn't want to just read it, and I think I did about 4 hours ish. It was about 1:15 when I started trying to sleep, and it was like 5 when I just stopped, because it was getting busy again in the train station. Some drunk dicks just making noise and stuff, as they are wanting to do. And so I was like, alright, let's just go back to reading and listening to music. And got a cup of tea as well. Like, I got an energy drink late last night, and then a cup of tea early this morning that sort of helped me power through it. But it's definitely worth it. I mean, I don't know when Sumo Cyco are going to be coming back to this country, hopefully next year or 2 years, and don't know what venues they're going to be playing when they do come back. I mean, I had some discussion last night from MD saying that they might just do 3 major cities, which is like London, Manchester, and somewhere else, I don't know, Glasgow, maybe Edinburgh, somewhere like that. And maybe they said Blackpool, where they had like 120 people, which was pretty mental. But that was the first concert technically in England. I mean, they did the Ireland stuff before that, but like the one in Retro Bar, I think there was about 20 odd people, and one in Satan's Hollow was a bit more like 40ish. I think it was it was a bit more out of the way, but I think it was a bit more popular as a rock concert, because it's just like a rock club as well, and they gave us free entry stuff, but I didn't use it. I was like, it depends on how I feel. I was like, well, I've got about half an hour to wait around for that to open, because they're gonna have to clear the band stuff up, and I'm like, I really don't feel like doing it, because I went out Friday night as well to the Halloween Mucky Duck, which was fun, and danced most of the night there. I didn't actually sit down there. I stopped to have one toilet break and one drink break. So but that was fun anyway. But yeah, I was just like, I don't really want to go out and do that stuff, so I just bombed it to the train station. Waited there until the train this morning. It's good, but yeah. I bought this last night as well, because I didn't have enough money the first night when I went to get one of these, but it was a Sumo Cyco t-shirt. Add to my t-shirt collection. Yes. It's good. I was like, well, if I do go, I might as well get a t-shirt, because it saves just ordering online, because it would take a while for the t-shirt to get to me, whereas that's just bought instantly, got a t-shirt and stuff, so it's awesome. Trying to think what else to say, but yeah. If you don't know who Sumo Cyco are, they're an independent rock band based out of Canada. Probably just mentioned this. You probably definitely go check them out. I think they're one of my they are definitely one of my favourite bands. I think they're number 3 at the moment. Just because having seen them perform live, they've sort of moved up the scale a bit. They've always been sort of near the top because they've not put out a song that I've not liked so far. I mean, some of them are better than others, but still, it's like I've stuck with them for almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in August since I discovered them through William Johnson and the viral video they did of Sever getting hit by a fan that went viral, and that was the build up to that was for Interceptor, which was the 3rd music video, and it's like, I sort of watched that and sort of like, well, this is pretty decent, and listened to the other stuff, and then bought their music, and like, yeah, I actually like this stuff, and kept with them as they released like Danger and Loose Cannon and stuff, and I was immediately impressed, and it was just sort of grown to really enjoy their music over the last couple of years of just listening to the singles and stuff, and they released the live session EP as well, which just covered songs they've already done, plus one unreleased one, well not unreleased, one other one that's not been made into a music video kind of thing, which is pretty cool. It's just some new music and stuff. But yeah, definitely go check them out. They're like at Sumo Cyco on Twitter, Sumo Cyco on Facebook, and Sumo Cyco on YouTube. So you search Sumo Cyco and you find them and check out their music because they're awesome. Yeah, support them because I support them. And if you live in the UK, they're playing Wales tomorrow, or tonight, and then London, I think in 3 days, and that sort of ends their UK shenanigans. I believe that's the only 2 days they've got left, but they'll go back to Canada. So if your friends, like, if you watch me in Canada, they'll probably be releasing some tour dates there. I know they want to do more stuff around Canada. I think they're based out of Toronto, I think. So I know they've played a few places over there, and I think they also want to do a bit more in the States, or go around the States touring as well. But I don't know whether they'll release any stuff for that. I know Lost in Cyco City, which is their upcoming album, should come out in a couple of months, so probably get that or listen to that somehow. Spotify might have it when it gets released. Don't know whether they be, because obviously being independent, they're not with a record label, so getting stuff out may be a bit tricky. But yeah, go support them because I do. But that's gonna be it, guys. I'll see you guys next time, where I'll talk about handing in the game, the FYP interview, and that's sort of it for me. Other than Gredx, which will be a week on Friday, which I'm going to try and do some more portfolio stuff and apply for some jobs this week as well. Busy times, and I'm trying to probably get into some sort of schedule with streaming as well, to do that. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time for another vlog, or later today for another video if you watch my gameplay stuff. hardly anyone watches vlogs anyway. But yeah, I'll see you guys then. Peace out, Girl Scouts.